You know what gets me every time is I'm like, I'm gonna wear this coat because I like wearing this coat.
Yep.
And it's still hot outside, kind of.
Yep.
You know, I can't tell if that's just like a Valley thing or if that's just a me thing.
You know, bro, I be seeing cats sweats, boots, sweater, beanie, shiesty. I'm like, bro, it's 105 outside. Like, what? Like, you swagged out, bro. Like, yeah. I just think, you know. But hey, bro, if you don't get hot, like me, I'm a big boy. I run hot.
Right.
I wanted to wear my CCIX hoodie, and I'm like, I looked at the weather. I'm like, it's gonna be 80 today. Nah. I'm good.
80 in October is crazy though.
Yeah,
bro.
It is, bro.
First of all, rude of me. Welcome Aztek to the show.
Hey, what's good, y'all?
Avenue Sound CCIX. I'm getting that right. Anything I'm missing? Any label?
No, bruh. Avenue Sound, CCIX is the clothing.
Yeah, if you could do me a favor, pull the mic a little closer to your face.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Right there. Perfect. Man, I'm so grateful to have you on the show.
Hey, bro. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. I went out to Sienna Host Studios. I want to say, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Sienna Host.
So that's where I met you for the first time. But I've always heard your name in like the Slow Burn crew, Drew the Dragon, Ace Boogie, all those circles. Aztek. Yeah. I finally got to meet you, saw you perform. I'm like, bro, I got to get this guy on the show.
Hey, bro. I'm so glad to be here, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Yep. And you're close. You're close to home, you know what I mean? So
209's finest.
Yep.
What I want to know before what I like to do on the show, I like to go through a whole life story, right?
Okay.
How did we get to this point?
Yep.
But before I do that, I feel like when I piece together other people's stories of you, you sound like the glue to the people that are our mutual artist friends, like some of the ones that I named and other people.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way about yourself?
No, but I kind of get that a lot.
Okay.
Just because, like, I don't know, no matter where I was on my journey of getting here, I was never afraid to tap in with people.
Right.
So, like, you know, back then I was like, I thought like, you know, my shit was dope. So I'm like, let me hit up other dope artists, you know, because it was always me. Like, before I hooked up with everybody, you know, Drew was the one that was like, that I was doing features with, and he was in the studio at my pad with me, you know what I mean? And that's why he's my day one, you feel me? He's one of my day ones. So when I linked up with other people, I'm like, or at that time, I'm just like, man, I need to link up with other people too. I need to like spread it, you know what I mean, around the 209, because if not, you know, I ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm just gonna be rapping in my house.
Right.
So, you know, I was never afraid to get online, or like if I see somebody like at the store and, hey, bro, you know, my name is, you know, and you know, I seen your content or whatever. I seen your YouTube videos, and like I fuck with you, you know. Right. And it's always been like cool like that. So there was people that I met where I'm like, I know him. Oh, I know him. Oh, I met him before. Oh, I met him. You know, I have a song with him. Seen his face. Yeah. So, you know, I met a lot of people, and now it's weird how everything works. It's like everybody got intertwined with each other. Right. So now it's like, oh yeah, Tech, I know Tech, that from years ago, you know? And it's like, yeah, I met him probably one time, but like now we're cool and we kick it all the time, you know what I mean? So right. Yeah, I guess like I don't feel like I hold it together, but I feel like I'm definitely in the mix.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I want to add more context to that. I appreciate you breaking that down, but let's go all the way back for a second. Where are you from?
I'm from Turlock, California.
Turlock, California.
Yep,
so born and raised.
Yep, born and raised.
I've never heard it been called Locktown.
Locktown, man. We throw up them T's over there like this, but it's for Turlock, man.
What can you say about growing up in Turlock?
I mean, I'm a little older at the time, you know, growing up or whatever. It was a lot of small town stuff. It's a small town, you know, like 80,000 people, almost. But it was where I grew up at in Turlock. I grew up on the west side. Mm-hmm. It was a little lower income area, neighborhood, and, you know, I had a single mom and all that. So, like, the school I went to, it wasn't the nicest, and, you know, now where I send my kids to school, it's a little bit more. I'm like, hey, we never had that, you know. Right. we ain't never read that book, you know. They would never let us do that. But you know, yeah, just it was a lot of small town stuff. So at that time, you know, my family that I grew up around, it was a lot of into like, you know, gang stuff and shit like that. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like little shit like that. So like, I just grew up around, you know, the hood. You know, a lot. Everybody from my hood. I went to school with everybody because they all grew up the same area, and my family is from there. Like my aunts, my uncles, my mom, my dad. So like, all of my family knows all my friends' family. Right. So like, you can't go no. I know everybody in Turlock.
Man, so would you say that Turlock, or like the area in which you grew up in, had a lot to do with your creative sense? Or where did that come into your life? Yeah,
the creative sense, honestly, man, I've been into music for so long.
Right.
And I used to listen to a lot of like northern rap, and it came from like seeing it was called DRF, Darkroom Familia, but they were from, the original dude was from Tracy. And they would always say 209 and all this shit, and I'm like, as I got older, I learned like 209 is our area, and they were making movies and they were making albums and like distribution all over, like, you know. And back then they had distribution like in warehouse music, at the mall, everywhere, and that shit just turned me on to like, hey man, like I want to do that. Like, I love music. I want to like put my shit everywhere like that, you know. And and they're from like just down the street. They're from Tracy, like that's right there, 50 miles.
The other T-town.
Yeah, the other T-town. So that like, it turned me on to like, you know, like that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like I want to be hood famous, but I want to go farther.
Hood famous?
I want to be hood famous, but I want to go farther. You feel me? Like, so yeah, man.
Do you remember your first song that you ever made, or first verse you ever wrote, anything like that? What was it about?
Nah, it was shit, man. It was probably some bullshit. Just talking shit. I was a kid, bro. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was probably just talking shit. Some nonsense. Being a child, you feel me? So
would you say that you were inspired the older you got, or the more you made music? Would you say that you were inspired by other stories or your own when you started writing your lyrics?
My own.
Right.
My own. If you listen to a lot of my early albums that are on Spotify and stuff, I talk about my family a lot. Things that I seen or heard people talking about, like maybe my older family that maybe I shouldn't have been in the conversation, but things that they were going through, where I'm like, I'm gonna put that in there. I'm not gonna put nobody's name, but I'm gonna put that in there. And I learned that from Pac, because Tupac, he always said like, you know, I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about homie over here. I'm talking about homie and his girl, or like, you know, he talks about, he has a whole thing, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm just like, I don't have to just talk about me. You know, I could put,
you can talk about
everything, different scenarios and stuff, like, you know. So
the beautiful thing about hip hop is that the message to me is more important than the messenger. That's the way I look at it, and I feel like we forget that. The only way it's not the case is if the messenger is a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like we don't trust you to begin with. Like, you're not the person that should be saying this.
Yeah, fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news, man.
Fake news. So, what would you say is the moment where you said, I'm going to take this like seriously as a career? Like, this is what I want to do. Because I remember you said going from hood famous to like beyond that.
Yeah, beyond that.
What was that moment for you?
Honestly, man, it was more recent. It was like 2022.
2022, okay.
Yeah, bro, because I had my setup and everything in 2009. I had my first spot. I was recording, but like I was really self-conscious about my music. I didn't know if anybody really fucked with it, you know what I mean? And I didn't know how to reach out and branch out so much and get on shows. I didn't know promoters, you know. I was only like 18, 19. And then I had my kids, I put it away.
Right.
And Drew would come, because that's where I met Drew. He came over to my house one time. I was probably like 19, 20. And he was one of my little brother's homies.
Oh, okay.
And everybody wanted to rap, and they knew I had the mic, I had the computer, I had everything.
But you hadn't been rapping for a little bit at this time, right?
Yeah, I was self-taught, so like my music didn't sound the greatest. It sounded like fucking, it just sounded, it could have sounded better. I just didn't know how to mess with stuff. So I was teaching myself how to mix stuff.
Engineer.
Yeah, engineer.
Yeah.
And so Drew came to the pad one day, and he really, really was like into it more than my brother and like the other homies. He was like, can I come over tomorrow, bro? Can I come over tomorrow, bro? You know, like, so I'm just like, yeah, bro, fuck. Like, I love it. And I feel like he loved it as much as me. So I'm like, yeah, bro, slide. So he would come and kick it all the time. And we just became dope ass friends, bro. Like for a long time. And recently, like, 2022, like I said, he's like, bro, we got to get back on this rap shit. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool. Like, I'm done. And he's like, no, bro, like, because I had it put up. He's all, take that shit out, bro. He says in one of the songs, tell the homie, take that shit out the storage. And I did, bro. And I started recording him. And I'm like, all right, well, I ain't going to rap. I'm just going to record you. We're going to put your shit out.
Right.
And he got me on the fucking song, bro. And that was it.
The rest is history?
Yep.
So I remember you said you had your kids, and that's when you hung it up.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that decision? Like, did that hurt? Like, what was that like for you?
I was just talking to my girl about it last night, but I hung it up because, you know, I never have been a father, so I'm just like, you know, I got to give my kids all my attention.
Right.
But I shouldn't have. I should have kept going with it. But I did, bro. I chose to do that, and then I came back to it. It did hurt me, I feel like, because maybe I could have made more music. I could have got into the content more,
right,
and stuff like that. I was like a little late to the party.
Same here, bro. I get
it's
it.
Never too late, dog. I'm still rocking, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, man. I feel like now I'm cool where I'm at. Like, I'm trying, you know, like where I'm at, the homies I got, you know, the people that I meet, I'm cool where I'm at, like,
right,
you know, so
that decision, I want to make sure the timeline is clear. So that decision to hang it up, well, around what year was that?
2017.
So 2017, and then 2022 is when Drew got you on one song, and then from there you kept recording music again.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were rusty, or was it like picking up where you left off?
Honestly, man, I was listening to different kinds of music, and like, I feel like when I started rapping again, I found my sound.
Okay.
Like, it was always, I feel like when I was younger, it was always trying to be like whatever type beat I was looking for. That's who I'm coming like on the song.
Okay.
And now I have the same flow. I feel like I switch it up and stuff on different kind of beats, but I found my sound. Like, when somebody hears me, they're like, oh, that's Aztek.
Right.
If they heard my old shit, they'd be like, who's this? And then if they went to the next song, they'd be like, who's this?
Right.
Who's this? Who's this? You know what I mean? And it was me trying to find myself back then. And I feel like I found it now.
So if you had to describe it for anybody listening, how would you describe it? Or what song would you give for them to get an idea of that?
Damn, man.
That's what I do. I do this. Yeah.
It would probably be the song that I feel like I found my sound would be Break Bread with Drew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Break Bread. And why is that? Why is that?
Just because that smooth, like, I always try to find instrumentals or beats, or had people send me stuff. I always try to get those beats where like you can mob to, like mob music, like cruising, just smooth music, nothing crazy, right? And I could never find them because it wasn't popular at the time. Now it's like a genre. You got lifestyle rap like Currency and Larry and Jay Ware, all of them, all those kind of beats, producers make those now. And that's the type of sound I was looking for, like, since I was young, bro. And now, so I could find them and lace that shit up like it's nobody's business. You feel me?
So do you believe that everything happens on like a higher, I don't know if you believe in God or what you believe in.
Yeah.
But like, do you believe everything happens not on your time, but in something else's time?
Yeah, I do.
Because if you would have kept going back in 2017, who knows? Maybe you would have got discouraged because you didn't have those sounds available.
Or maybe I would have peaked, and then that's it. I would have been, you know, not
Yeah.
That like, oh, he had some dope music in 2017.
Do you
but, like,
remember Aztek? Remember that? Yeah. But
You know,
no,
so-
you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So tell me how you and Drew, tell me how Avenue Sound, because Avenue Sound, for the people listening, is it's a group, it's a label, it's a group. What is it for the people watching?
So Avenue Sound is me and my brother Drew, the Dragon. And we've been rocking so long, man. I'm just like, you know what, bro? I always wanted to own a label.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I want to call it Avenue Sound. Well, me and him are the only ones on the label, you know what I mean?
Right.
So when we go do things together, we're Avenue Sound because that's what we are. That's like our whole, you know what I mean? And then when we're separate, I'm Aztek and that's Drew the Dragon. But Avenue Sound, Avenue came from, I grew up on South Avenue.
Okay.
And Turlock. And Avenue to me, it just, you know, when I think about it, I'm just like cruising down the avenue. And that's how I make my music. We're on our way to where we gotta be at, you know what I mean?
Right.
On the avenue.
All right, for you guys watching, and Aztek for you as well, because you guys are going to see that the colors have changed. It's because I did not predict that they were going to do I almost said laundry. They're going to do landscaping.
Landscaping. Shit.
My landlord likes landscaping.
Hey, there you go. Say that hella times.
Landlord landscape. So we left off on Avenue Sound.
Yep.
All right, so tell me a little bit. So we walked through, you and your brother Drew the Dragon. Shout out Drew.
Yeah, shout out Drew.
Shout out Drew. So you guys formed that.
Yeah, we formed that, and I had a little tag, and I'm trying to retrieve that tag from an old computer I had, but it's just, bitch, this is Avenue Sound. Like, I would put that on all of my songs. And,
is it your voice saying that?
It's my voice saying that
sick.
shit.
Yeah.
So I started throwing it on. I actually didn't put the tags, I don't think, on none of Drew's songs, but he was down the ride, bro. Down the avenue, you feel me? So
down the avenue.
He's just like, yeah, bro, we're Av Sound. And he started, you know, throwing it out there too in his raps. And that's where it's at, you know?
Right.
We're broadening it, you know? My boy Ace Boogie is down too. So.
Shout out Ace Boogie.
Yeah, shout out Ace Boogie.
Man, so you, Ace, and Drew are on Avenue Sound.
Yeah.
And what would you say? Obviously, we know the broader mission, right? Yeah. But what would you say on a local level you guys are trying to do with Avenue Sound for the 209?
For the 209, man, we're just trying to be out there so we're known. Like, you know, right now, Cali is the mission.
Right.
You know, trying to get, but you know, if we could touch other states with it, pause. Hey, you know, we gonna send it out, man. You know, like I want everybody to fuck with us. My sound, us three each have a sound, you know.
Right.
Ace sounds different than me. I sound different than Drew. So like, you know, we're kind of pieces of the audience. Like, you know, there's an audience for this, there's an audience for that, there's an audience for this. So, you know, we're just trying to bring it all over, bro.
Of course, man. Yeah. Of course. What do you say you struggle with the most in the music business?
Me? Is shit. Content, bro. Loading content every day, bro. Shout out Slowburn Crew. Your motherfuckers got it on lock, bro.
They be working, bro.
Oh my God. They be working.
Every time I go on the timeline, I think, oh, this is probably a post from like 3 days ago. It's like, no, this is like
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, like what just happened, bro?
Yeah, so content for me, bro.
And why do you think that is?
Because I be self-conscious on the camera.
Oh, okay.
You know, but
I appreciate you doing this. There's 2 cameras.
Yeah. You know, but like when I'm with Drew gets me comfortable, dude. You know, like when my girl's with me, she get me comfortable. She be like, you know, like just, you know, you do this shit. This is you know. And then I look at myself and I'm like, this is me. This is my shit. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, you know, it's a lot of self-conscious stuff. I'm working on myself right now, you feel me?
Of course.
And I'm trying to get on the camera more. You know, I'm older, bro. I didn't grow up with the camera in my face. I know my kids are gonna, my daughter's always like, hey guys, you know, welcome to my show. And I'm just like, I'd probably never do that. Like, you know, but that's my line of business. I got to do that.
Right. You know? You got to find different ways. The way I would put the content game is like, it's finding different ways to put yourself out there. The way I started getting comfortable with it, I started thinking about it like this. It's one thing for people to hear you.
Yeah.
But for people to really resonate with you, they want to know what you look like.
They want to know you, yeah.
Right?
Because it used to be back then, like, oh, you didn't know how he looked. Like, it's mysterious.
Right.
And now motherfuckers are like, I ain't got time for mysterious, bro. I want to know the person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I used to listen to Andre Nicotina. I didn't know what he looked like for the longest, bro. I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know what The Weeknd looked like.
So he was very mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His first 3 albums, none of it had his face on them.
Right.
And then, but it made me want to listen more. Like, who is this person? You know what I mean? So
I will say the Mystique Day, I just watched. Tell me what you think about this. They said the mysterious days are done. Where back in the day, like take example, The Weeknd's time, right? You could put like a caption that says loading ...
Yeah.
And people were like, what's loading?
Yeah.
Right? Like what is going on?
I still be trying to do that on my shit too. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's gone, but like everything else, bro, it'll come back.
Yeah.
Just like the fashion right now, just like music, I seen a lot of people are making music now. Like I have a track called Hella Blessed on my Smooth Operator album, and it's like some Ja Rule and Ashanti shit.
Yo, go check that out, by the way.
Yeah, go check that out, man. Hella Blessed. But and it was to a completely different beat. It didn't have my homegirl Miss Sassy on it. She's from Texas, so shout out Miss Sassy. It didn't have her on it. And when I went to go purchase the beat, they said that, or I went to upload it to services, it said that beat had a copyright on it, but I purchased it already.
Right.
Whoever was selling it, they weren't supposed to be selling it on BeatStars. So
shit,
it was owned by Warner Brothers. So, and in another country, it had like 5 million streams, like, and they were signed and everything. So I scrapped that beat and put on a different one and got the homegirl on it, bro, and it turned into something so much more better.
Right.
Yeah.
And going back to the timing thing, right?
Yep. So much more better, man.
You think one thing's supposed to be the way that it works, and then it goes the other way.
Yep.
There's something you just mentioned about fashion. I see that you're rocking CCIX.
Yep.
Tell the people what that is.
All right, we're gonna tell you exclusively because ain't nobody really know yet.
Shit, my bad.
It's good.
We're dropping it right now.
They always like wondering what it is. You feel me? And I ain't gonna tell you what it stands for or what it means, but I'll tell you what it stands for. You feel me? Like it's a type of way. To me, I feel like it is. I'm telling you where I'm from.
Right.
But just because we're from, like, people would say farm towns, they're from, like, there ain't nothing out there, shit. No, bro, we're just like you guys, you feel me? We're not the Bay, we're not LA, we're right in the middle. And, there's times where we could get shit cracking or we could be, classy with some shit, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We got luxury shit too out here. So that's what I'm trying to make with the clothing is just like, we're trying to bring it to where people are repping where they're from. CCIX, you put it together, go Google it or something, you find out. And just trying to say, we're not a big old city, and we're not our areas like not as big as some other areas, but
right.
We're out here, we're representing, and we could do it in a fashionable way. Do it in a classy way. It don't always have to be just, I'm from the hood, bruh. Like, where you from? Like, it ain't always like that. You feel me? Like,
man, there's a lot of depth to a lot of the stuff that you do, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah, bro. I try to think hard on things, man, because when you just throw shit out there, I feel like the faster you think about it, the faster it goes away.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like,
what motivates
I don't want to be a one-hit wonder, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, like, I would like to have a hit on the radio, but I want them to see the whole entire catalog, you know what I
mean? You want them to be fans of Aztek.
Yeah.
Man, I've been saying that. I asked what motivates you, but I want to get back to that in a second. I was telling another artist this recently. I said, you focus so much on one song being perfect, and I get it. Like, I understand. But you're going to, what happens is a lot of these artists, one song blows up on TikTok and all they know you for is that one song, and that's great, but they go to be a fan of you and you only have one song on your Spotify.
It's microwave, bro.
Even if it's good, even if the song is genuinely good, I can't be a fan of someone who only has one. No one said Christopher Nolan was the greatest director with one movie, bro.
Yeah.
it's not possible.
Yeah, it does, bro. You have to have something to back it up, like,
Right.
you know. And I know sometimes, like you said, God works in ways where, like, it's your time, you're shining, but like people shine, and it's because their thought is like, I want to be famous. I don't give a shit if I'm famous.
Right.
I want to make money. I want it to keep going. You know, once you reach the top, I want to stay there.
Right.
Because only way to go is down.
100%.
So, you know, it's like you got to keep going. Like, I feel, like I said, I'm a little older. I feel like I've seen, I'm a little wise
right.
to myself. And I'm just like, man, if I ever got a deal, people get a deal and they go buy cars and chains and unnecessary shit. Like, you can buy that yourself if you got a job.
Right.
But if I just hate when people like artists that have dope ass shit, they get stuff like that, and it's like, bro, go start a business.
Right.
Like, there's so much things that you can do, like, to keep your income coming, bro. All the rappers from back in the day, they own shit. Like, they own companies and tech companies and shit that, like, nobody knows they own, but that's why they still got money.
Right.
Not because they rap. Streams ain't shit.
No, bro.
You know what I mean?
You know how many streams it takes to make $1?
Like,
it's 113 or something like that on Spotify.
113?
113 streams,
Damn,
bro. So put it this way:
$5 whole. No, just like
$1 million streams. How much money do you think $1 million streams gets you?
I think $1 million streams don't it get you like $500 or something like that?
$4,000.
4 racks? Okay.
4 racks. So, bro, that depending on where you live, that might be 2 months worth of rent.
Yeah.
Not including anything else.
Yeah.
So like when I hear, so and so got 1 million streams, that's great.
Yeah.
Right. But what is that? What does that mean?
It's the fame holding them up.
Yeah.
It's the fame, and and that's the thing, bro. People get famous, but then like 15 minutes later, they're just like, all right, next.
Yeah.
And it's like then they lose all their endorsements, or they lose, everything, and they're not hot no more.
Right.
And it sucks. I hate seeing it happen to artists. Some artists, I'm just like, hey, this shit is dope. And I go look, and there ain't nothing else by that artist.
Right.
And I'm just like,
so you know what happens though, bro? A lot of those artists, what they end up doing to make money is they'll either sell their page to someone else, or they try to scam other artists.
Oh yeah, bro. I've got a bunch of DMs from famous people with
like
the blue
6.8, yeah.
And they have millions, and I know who they are. I listen to their music, and I'm like, this fool is not hitting me up asking,
hey, bro,
what's your
dope.
budget, dog? What's your budget? Hey, you need a verse? Like, come on, bro.
Need a verse?
Do you need a verse?
Oh
like,
God,
your
bro.
shit's hot, bro. Send me some shit. And I've sent it. I've sent shit, and they're like, okay, cool. What's your budget? You hit me up, fool. I didn't hit you up. I didn't go out of my way today to be like, hey, bro, can I get a verse?
Yeah.
And then I understand, but like, I ain't gonna pay you to get on this shit, and then them not even promote it.
Right.
None of that shit.
100%. Like, because the other thing that's a red flag is, like, they could easily say, you know what? I would assume that you don't have the budget to reach out to an artist with 10 million listeners and followers. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'll own the entire song, but I'll plug it for you. You'll get hundreds of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
And bro, who wouldn't take that deal? It's like, wait, so I didn't have to pay anything, and you own this one song. I'm not saying that's the greatest deal for the rest of your life, but it could be the launch pad to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
You're not signing your entire catalog, just one song.
I trip out, bro, when I see older artists. They're like, oh yeah, they're selling their catalog for this many millions of dollars, and I'm just like, why would you do that, bro? Like, everything you worked for, like your blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, I just feel like being that much, or getting so much awards, or being in the game for so long, like, why would you sell it?
I have a theory. You let me know if you think I'm tripping though. All right. I think, like the housing market, when the value is about to drop, they're like, dude, we got to sell it when it's high. Like, I see the drop is coming, therefore I got to sell it. Streaming has made it to where, I remember back in the day, I used to have to buy a CD, Snoop Dogg CD, Tupac CD.
Yeah.
I had to go to Target, get their shit, have a CD player, and actually play it. So that's hard money that they just made, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I paid, what, $10 a month or $12, whatever Spotify is?
Spotify.
where does the artist get paid in that? They don't get paid anything.
No, not at all.
And I get access to all the music I want.
Yeah.
Any of it.
Any album of theirs you didn't never listen to, you're like, oh, bro, I could listen to all their shit.
So I think that's why older artists started selling their catalog, because it's like, bro, like in 10 years, this is about to plummet. Therefore, let me go ahead and get out now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it the greatest thing in the world? No, but if they don't have any plans on making more,
yeah,
why not? You know, like.
And I'm very with the anti-streaming, like Snoop Dogg is. Like, he fucking hates streaming and all that. Like, not streaming to where people are like streaming in their on YouTube, on Twitch and stuff like that, but streaming music.
Right.
Yeah, because artists should get paid, bro. It was a whole art form that they fucked up, because now, you know, like, I used to collect CDs. Right. I used to collect the little books and like
the vinyls.
Yeah, those photo shoots and stuff, posters sometimes that would come with. Like, that shit means a lot to some kids, you know, in a small ass town who don't got shit.
Yeah.
And that's their escape is music. And they want to learn everything about that person. Yeah, you can go on Google, but it's different. You know
it's so different, bro.
I still press up CDs, and I know nobody got a CD player, but I'm like, just hold on to it, bro. You never know.
Because at that point, that is also how you dictate like fans.
Yeah.
The thing that I tell people, artists a lot, especially ones who are on the come up, they're like, man, like my monthly listener, like right at the time of this recording, I got 70.
Yeah.
I don't think that my music is bad.
Yeah.
What I think is the numbers have gotten everyone else thinking differently.
Oh yeah.
That 10,000 monthly listeners does not mean 10,000 people will go to your show.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
What it means is that 10,000 people at some point listen to maybe even just one song of yours.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But buying someone's CD, bro, if I'm 12 and I only got $10, I can either buy Pac or I can buy Snoop. I don't know, bro. I got to pick.
Yeah.
I got to pick.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Tupac, so therefore he gets my money.
And I like full projects still.
Yeah.
So when people make albums, I like that. I listen to the whole thing. I won't, like, even my boys, they drop an album, I want to have a whole
listening session.
Yeah. Just, you know, whether it's in the car or at work, but I don't want to be interrupted because I want to hear it from the beginning to the end.
Right.
People don't listen to music like that.
They don't, man. But you know what? We've gone on a crazy tangent about the music industry. I want to go back to your music, right? Like, tell me what you're doing today. Like, what are you working on music-wise?
Right now, bro, I just got done writing a new project.
Okay.
It's like 8 tracks. I haven't recorded it. I like to write all my shit out. I like to have it down. I'll repeat it and sit with it for a cool ass minute, and then I'll record it and then send it out to Dubtown Rob. Shout out to Dubtown Rob.
Shout out Dubtown Rob.
Yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. It's called Still Smooth.
Smooth.
It's like Smooth Operator Part 2.
All right.
So, you know, I'm gonna try to, all the artwork and stuff, I want to try to keep it cohesive with that.
Cohesive.
But I want to keep it all cohesive, all the music and stuff. I want it to sound the same, you know? Like,
right.
I take a lot of time just because I don't want to have it to where it sounds like 3 different albums.
Right.
You know?
It sounds too, like you're trying to beat too many different people at once. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it takes me a little longer, but it's worth the wait. You feel me? Like, Smooth Operator took me like a year, and I just did songs slowly, got verses back, wrote it, rewrote it, switched the beat, you know.
Yeah. And
I think that's my best work I've done with Smooth Operator. The whole project from the beginning to the last song is
really,
yeah, you could mob and do anything to that damn album.
So that leads me to something that I really want to. I love asking artists this question, man. What would you say is your most slept on either project or song?
Oh, slept on? Damn, bro. I don't even know.
When I say slept on, I'll clarify. Where it's like there was either a song or a project where it's like, man, like this is crazy. And maybe it didn't get like either the reception that you thought it was going to get, or maybe it's like not in your top 10 of most listened to songs. Anything like that?
I don't know, bro. I can't come to mind right now.
Okay, how about what's your favorite song of yours?
My favorite song? Ah, man. I like Lounge. There's a song called Lounge on Smooth Operator, and there's one called Blindside on there.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones. Angels and Demons, that's a single with Drew.
Right.
I think that one's probably slept on.
There we go.
If you really listen to it, bro, it's some real shit, but it's like it has a lot of depth, that song.
Right.
And like I don't know, I don't think it got the reaction, it needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably got to shoot a video for it.
I was just about to ask you, did you do a music video for it?
Nah, I didn't do a video for it.
Man, we
did, but it got lost. And
there's a story right there.
Yeah, we got to reshoot it, bro, because High Voltage shot it for us.
Mm-hmm.
The Slow Burn homies. And yeah, man, we shot the whole thing, and it came out fire, like for what we were seeing on the camera, but it got lost or whatever. I think I got deleted on accident, but we just got to reshoot it.
So it got filmed, edited, all that, but then
not edited.
Oh, okay.
But it did. It got filmed. Yeah, but at the time, Slow Burn was shooting a whole bunch of different stuff.
Right.
And like, bro, it got lost, or it got deleted, and like a whole little disc got deleted. I'm like, damn. All right, well, bro. So it's like a rain check. We just gotta reshoot it. You feel me? So,
but like a lot of things that we've mentioned so far, it was probably so you could do it later down the road when you learn a little more, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, if you had to summarize your journey, how would you describe it? Like from the start of music to now, how would you summarize it?
Man, a lot of ups and downs, bro. A lot of ups and downs. It's just trying to figure it out, man. Trying to figure out everything, because like I'm a father too.
Right.
I'm a husband. So, like I was at those times in the beginning, it was like I was that shit that I ain't never been before.
Right.
So, I had to figure out how to be a dad. I had to figure out how to be a husband with responsibility. When I started, I was like young, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just getting on my feet. So like I had to learn how to pay bills and take care of the house and, go to work and still make time for music and still make time for my girl, still make time for my kids.
Right.
So that is like the whole thing, bro. Is like there's like two different people. There's Aztek and then there's Angel.
Would you say that being a father has changed your lyrical content?
Yeah, bro. It makes me get more emotional in music. It makes me get more into, like, when I'm writing. There's times where I'm rapping and I'm just talking my shit. There's times where it gets really in depth, like really like, all right, what are we talking? We're talking about this. All right. I feel like it made me write better.
Okay.
Yeah, because I could like
see things from a different perspective.
Yeah. And get deeper. Because there's some things, bro, that people, there's a lot of people that aren't humble that won't talk about certain things, and I'll talk about all of it.
Nothing's off the table with you.
I don't give a fuck. I'm a grown ass man. I pay my own fucking bills. I don't care. You know what I mean?
I respect that, man.
Yeah.
What would you say before we close up here?
Yeah.
What would you say is missing in the game that you would like to bring?
Shit. Bring back the 90s. Nah.
Bring back the 90s.
No, man, just bring back like the whole art form of making an album, making music. It's fun to have all artists there with you. It's fun to go through artwork and like figure out, like, oh, I want my album like this. I want the cover like this. And,
rollouts, essentially.
Yeah, rollouts. Yeah. Rollouts is like, people just like, oh, I'm working on this song. It's out right now. It's like, damn, bro. Like now, I feel like everything moves so fast. It's just like when you put it out, that's the thing that I hate too. Like when you put it out, that's it. It's out now. Yeah. On to the next, because everything moves so fast. Slow the fuck down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like bring that back where it's like, listen to the whole album. Appreciate music.
100%.
Appreciate it more.
That's what I loved about discovering you and the rest of the people out in either Turlock, Merced, is it made me go back to listening to full projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, how can I expect anyone to do that for my shit if I can't do that for other people's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that especially with you were on Preserve Scales, right?
Yes.
Drew the Dragon's most recent project, right?
Hey, Preserve Scales, go out and stream that right now.
But it's you and Drew.
It's me, Drew, and Mac. I was on a chorus on that.
There you go. It's Mac G. There you go, Mac G.
Yep.
It's Mac G, you, and then Ace is on.
He's on the album.
Yeah.
So the album is a duo album. It's Drew the Dragon and Mac G.
Right.
I was featured on the chorus on there. I know Ace is on there. Serge, my boy Serge.
Right.
He's on there. And yeah, man. That
it sounds cohesive is what I'm saying. Like the album artwork or the EP artwork looks like how the album sounds.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I love that you guys have found a way to make it like, man, like you can see a sound happening in the 209.
Bro, when Mac came over to my pad and him and Drew played that for me before it came out, I'm like, bro, this shit's a whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds so sonically, like you just listen to it very, very loud.
Yeah.
It sounds.
That's why I did in the whip, bro.
It sounds amazing, bro.
I love it.
It does, bro. It came out so fire, bro. So
that's fire, man. Well, I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. Tell the people where they can follow you.
Hey, you can follow me everywhere, man. Instagram, TikTok. Go follow CCIX Clothing when that shit drop. You feel me? Avenue Sound, my boy Drew the Dragon, Ace Boogie. Go follow them, man. Shout out to my kids. Shout out to my girl. I love y'all. And yeah, man, thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thank you what you're doing for the 209. Thank y'all for listening.
Hey, we out, man.
Yes, sir.